that team. Both of them started pretty strong this season. Spartans at number 9, the Heels number 11. Coaches say throw all that stuff out from last year.
We have to play, and it's this year's team has to play against this year's Michigan State team. If they beat us, I'm not going to give Tom the trophy. Okay, and he understands that too.
Williams' new players, though, making an impact early. Deion Thompson misses, but John Henson for the putback, and then the freshman Dexter Strickland showing some range. Hey, it's not who you lost, it's who you replaced him with. Travis Ware open in the corner. Carolina up 5, they shot 58% for the game. And then in transition, Strickland going coast to coast. Carolina on an 11-2 run, all the points scored by a freshman. The later first half, under 10 seconds to play. Carolina up 13. Strickland pushes it up at the buzzer. Got it. And I hope there's sturdy furniture in the visitors' locker room because Coach Izzo was not happy. Carolina up 16 at the half. Second half, 15-point game. On the fast break, some of those returnees from Michigan State doing their thing. Raymar Morgan, he had 18, but that only counts for 2. And Michigan State still down 13. Under 2 minutes to play, 8-point game now. Kalen Lucas, 15 for him. 6-point game all of a sudden. On the inbounds, though, Lucas and Morgan both go for the steal. Marcus Ginyard gets it, finds Ed Davis. And Davis with 22 points. Carolina wins it 89-82. That's 35 straight for the Heels against non-conference opponents at home, and Roy Williams will take that.
Challenge, you watch it on ESPN earlier Tuesday. Big Ten trying to save face because ACC been taking it to him, and Robbie Hummel misses the 3 there, and then E'Twaun Moore, he misses the 3 there, and then Hummel again. Purdue goes 0 for 10 in the first half from 3. This is their home court. You know, and Hummel, Juwan Johnson, E'Twaun Moore, these are 3 juniors who've gotten beaten this challenge previous 2 years. Hummel says, hey, man, we were motivated. Well, the second half, they had Mo going. 12-0 run here, 27-9 run overall. That's Hummel +1. He had 11 points, 11 rebounds. And then Moore hits the 3. Purdue made 1 of 15 from 3. That was the one, and they had the lead, and then they turned up the D. C.J. Harris drives. He gets swarmed, dribbles it off his leg. And he'll use a little defense to create some offense. Moore ties his season high with 22. Purdue forces 25 turnovers. Only unbeaten team left in the Big Ten, 69-58.
More from the challenge. Maryland and Bloomington for a date with Indiana. First half, Hoosiers up 1. Sean Mosley going to the basket. But there's Jeremiah Rivers. That's Doc's kid, and you may know that Dad has found a defense, and he passed it on. Second half, Terps up 3. Dravis Vasquez, little float in the lane. Vasquez still not shooting it well. Just 4 for 14 in this game, but he did finish with a game-high 23 points and did other things like set up Landon Milborn. Milborn at 19. Maryland wins it 80-68. Hoosiers shot just 33% from the field.
In person at the Maui Invitational. Nick Van Exel, of course, former Bearcat. He's an assistant coach at Texas Southern, and they're visiting Mick Cronin's team. Bearcats are for real, and this kid, you watch him, Lance Stevenson, he's got some game. Throws it up to Darnell Wilkes right there, so that's an assist. And now Stevenson's going to say, talk to the hand. There you got a block. The Bearcats were running away with nobody at the game, though. If you're a Cincinnati basketball fan, you want to get out and see this club. Stevenson getting the rebound right there. What about you gonna get a score too? Yeah, he's gonna score 7 points, 7 assists, 11 rebounds in Cincinnati. Second at the Maui, 94-57 in this one.
Big Ten Challenge. Cal Singler and Duke taking on Wisconsin. Duke 10-0 in the event. Would we be telling you that? Unless there was some foreshadowing. Jason Bohannon. Wisconsin up 7. But here comes Singler. Circus hook shot, cut it to an 8-point game. Singler 17 in the first half, 28 in the game. Bob Knight and Bo Ryan were digging it.
Singler is one of the very, very best kids playing basketball in the country right now. He's going to be the kind of kid that really is an asset to a pro team because of how well he can move with the ball out on the floor.
A couple of those runners were pretty tough. Those aren't shots that everybody makes at the playgrounds that I grew up on.
Second half, Duke down 6. Singler says, it's not just about me. Hooking up his boy Miles Plumlee. Duke down 4. They won their last 12 against unranked opponents coming into this one. Trayvon Hughes for 3. He had 26. Wisconsin up 11. Later second, Duke down 5. Plumlee with the block. Andre Dawkins in transition, 3-ball, bang, 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 and all of a sudden it's a 2-point game. 10 seconds to go. It's a 3-point game now. Nolan Smith, he can't hit, but they're Singler again. 1-point game. Take another look at it. Close to a goaltend, but the bucket counts. Bo Ryan, he thought it was a goaltend. 5 seconds to go. Duke down 3. Singler inbounding. And that wasn't the pass he had in mind. And Wisconsin wins it 73-69. They've won 8 straight at home.
I want to see your Duke, Wisconsin raise you. Clemson, Illinois. Tigers ranked 19th. First half, Clemson up 2, and Old Johnson misses a jumper. Brian Narcisse, offensive rebound, followed by Dimitri McCamey, and that's his third, so he's got to sit out, and that's tough sledding. Because Clemson, 25-4 run with McCamey on the bench. Andre Young with the layup, and then DeMontez Stitt nails the 3. Clemson up 20 at the half. They're up 23 in the second half. Now they're only up 8. And McCamey's back in. He finds DJ Richardson. His friends, they call him Mr. Glass, the old-fashioned 3-point. It's a 4-point game. 35-10 run. Trevor Booker goes for the rebound, knocks it in the wrong basket. A 2-point game, now a 1-point game. Mike Tisdale off the glass with the fake. Fighting Illini up 1. 20 seconds to go. David Potter. Oh, Tisdale says talk to the hand. He had 12 points, 4 blocks. Now, Clemson Stitt is an idea guy, Chuck, and here's what he had to say before the game. I like having the ball in my hands at the end of the game. Well, last chance for Clemson, and Stitt is going to get his chance. Clemson is down 2. Ball in his hands. Will he go for the win with 3? No, he goes into the lane trying to tie it or draw the foul. Misses the layup. Illinois wins by 2. Greatest comeback in school history. Gonzaga and Washington State. Zags have won 73 of the last 75 home games against unranked teams. Cougs, though, just won the Great Alaskan Shootout, and they got the great shooter, Klay Thompson. Nation's leading scorer, though he had 15 in this one. Washington State up 13. How about Matt Bolden? Co-MVP of that Maui Invitational with Stephen Gray. Matt was on his game in the second half. He goes with a career-high 28. Zags come back from looked like it was going to be a long night in Spokane. Cut the lead to 1 with a 15-4 run. All right, little illustration here. 3.5 to go. Zags down 1. Elias Harris sets the screen, loses the defender, and Grant Gibbs finds him. Gonzaga, America's team, powered by Whammy, 74-69.
You know, good teams are thinking about their tournament resumes already. Number 21 UNLV looking for a quality win at Arizona. They went to overtime. Let's just pick it up there. Forget regulation. Trevon Willis drives, feels the contact, still gets the bucket. 3-point play. Willis at 25. UNLV up 1. Just over 30 seconds to go. Jamel Horn banks one in. 63 apiece. How about a second overtime? That's why we didn't need regulation. Arizona down 2. Derek Williams muscling up. 3-point play. Williams had 28. 1-point lead for the Wildcats. Derek Jasper. Cross-court pass to him for 3. UNLV up by 2. Final seconds of the game. Arizona down 2. Nick Wise gets the inbounds pass under his own basket. I don't know if this is the shot they wanted. It's blocked. UNLV wins it in double overtime. First 6-0 start for them since 92-93. More ACC Big Ten Challenge. Florida State taking on number 15, Ohio State. John Diebler came ready to shoot. He had 5 threes in the first half, finished the game with 22 points. Later first half, Ohio State up 11. Check out Evan Turner. Come out of nowhere to grab the rebound and then put it back. He's my early pick for College Player of the Year, Neil. Evan Turner.
Got it, I'll write it down.
All right, Ohio State up 13 at that point. Second half, they're up 17. Florida State on the break. He drives Turner again. Chases down Derwin Kitchen for a block. I mean, this guy does it all. Pins it against the glass. 25 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Ohio State wins and gives the Big Ten the title and the challenge.
I'm going to see your Ohio State, Florida raise you. Michigan hosting Boston College. First half belonged to that cat right there, Corey Raji. Josh Southern to Raji. BC up 7. Raji going to cut to the top of the key, and I was inside, now I'm outside. Boston College by 9. Raji 17 in the first half, 24 for the game. BC led by 10 at the half. Second half, here comes Michigan. Zach Gibson, 3, and we've got an 11-point game. Now under 2 minutes to play. Manny Harris. Who's your Mannier? Michigan down 6. Harris, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Boston College going to D up. Joe Trapani. I got some if you need it. Back-to-back blocks by Joe Cool. Boston College beats Michigan 62 Tennessee ain't no place for East Tennessee State to be. Number 12 Volunteers. Bobby Mays throwing it up to Cameron Tatum, who had 9 points. Ball's up 5, now up 9. Tyler Smith, J.P. Prince misses the fancy dunk. Sheldon Cooley the other way. Justin Tubbs, he had 22. And the Buccaneers are within 6. Kind of a tough team to figure out. Very athletic. Bruce Pearl's club. Tyler Smith there, he had 15. Tennessee going to win it 78-66. Jay Harris. Basketball, 10th ranked Washington and Lubbock. First road game of the season for the Dogs. There's Bob Knight watching son Pat Knight coach him up. Quincy Pondexter playing him up. He had 31. Huskies up 1. Texas Tech unbeaten also, but unranked. All right, under 15 seconds left, game tied. Mike Singletary misses the 3. Isaiah Thomas going to push. What great names. He gets tripped up. Manages to find Elston Turner. He's fouled with 4 seconds left in a tie game. About 5 seconds. No, he's only a 40% free throw shooter on the year. First one, didn't get the roll. Second one, doesn't get the bounce. And here comes Singletary. I want winners. Oh! And we got a winner. Look at Bob Knight. That's a winner. I texted a friend of Pat Knight's, Dan Marcus, with congratulations. It was a premature text because the officials have to take another look at this one after the crowd storms the floor. And oh no.
There's a man down.
There's a ball in a man's hand, and the clock at zeros. So they overrule the bucket, and we go to overtime. You want to talk about a buzzkill? They got to come out. They got to clean the floor. And John Roberson says, "Coach, I've got 5 extra in me. Season high 25 off the glass there. Then the backdoor pass here, and then with Tech up 2, about a minute left. Coach Pat Knight said he wanted to play zone, and Robertson said, no, let's go man-to-man. And man, he was the man. Steals it, and Texas Tech beats the Dogs, 99-90.
Saturday featuring the 2 winningest programs of all time, Kentucky and North Carolina. That's John Wall, the freshman. Kentucky down early, but Wall was playing, grabbing some iron there. Later in the half, Wall going with the sick reverse. The Wildcats taking control on a 28-2 run. Wall with 19 points. How about, can somebody stop him, please? Kentucky up by 15 at the break. Well, Wall suffered some cramping early in the second half. He went to the locker room, had to deal with needles, and he hates needles. He said he threw a fit there. Tar Heels now coming back. Ed Davis, 9 points, 10 rebounds. They're within 7. Just 12 minutes to play, and Wall comes back into the game. Under 5 minutes to go now. Heels down 5. Tyler Zeller, 10 points off the bench in 14 minutes. Heels within 3. But Eric Bledsoe off the inbounds. 9 points for him. The Cats hit key free throws late. Kentucky now 8-0. They win 68. Number 15, Ohio State taking on Eastern Michigan. Forget the score. They would suffer a bigger blow for the rest of the season. Evan Turner early on the break going up for the jam, and he falls down in pain. Taken to the University Medical Center for x-rays. 2 broken bones in his back. He'll miss 8 weeks. Early favorite for Big Ten Player of the Year, and now he's gone. John Diebler would pick it up. He had 21 points. P.J. Hill knocking down the 3. Buckeyes were 16 for 29 from behind the arc, and then David Lighty can sky. Lighty, the exclamation point. Ohio State puts up 111, highest scoring output in 14.
Kansas taking on UCLA, a team that is better in name than ability at the moment. The Bruins just 2-4. Look at Sharon Collins, point guard for the Hawks. Good handle there, good jumper, 14 points for him. KU led by 7 at intermission. We come back after the break. Michael Roll finishing off a fast break. Getting to the 10, UCLA pulls within 4. Bit later, it's now a 10-point Kansas lead. Reeves Nelson, the freshman, gets up there. That goes in. Ridiculous shot, but he gets poked in the eye. Let's watch it again. We have a foul on the floor, so the basket doesn't count. The eye thing does. Corneal abrasion. The staff's going to sit him out next 3 or 4 days before he's going to get to play some basketball. Shane, that thing didn't count for at least 2. Xavier Henry, the freshman for KU, giving 3 right there. Kansas wins at 73-61. The Fighting Bill Selfs improved to 7-0.
Number 3, Villanova meeting Maryland in the 15th annual BB&T Classic in D.C. For Villanova, 3-point shooting, the story in the first half, Corey Fisher. from the corner. Villanova 11 of 22 from three-point range in that first half. Then Corey Stokes making things happen long distance. And Scotty Reynolds has to chip in. He does so. Season high 25 points, 8 assists. Let's go to the second half. Gary Williams talking to his team about, guys, we got to stop this three-pointer thing. Terps would start to defend the perimeter. Landon Milborn with a block on Reynolds. Maryland climbing back. Revis Vasquez, the inbound to Eric Hayes for 3. Terps within 3. Sean Mosley chipping in with a career-high 26 for Maryland. But in the end, Scotty Reynolds will make it happen on both ends. And Villanova wins its 21st straight game against an unranked non-conference foe.